Hello and greetings to all my dear friends. I hope you're doing great, staying energetic, successful, and healthy. I'm very happy to be here with you today to talk about one of the hot topics circulating on social media lately, the story of Lilith. This topic has become so popular that many people are making videos, writing articles, or discussing it extensively on social media. Unfortunately, much of the information out there is incorrect or sourced from unreliable references. Some people even copy stories from one another, make a few minor changes, and then reshare them. So, today, we're here to separate fact from fiction and clarify this matter once and for all. Ready? Let's get started. First and foremost, Lilith in the holy books. One of the first things people say about Lilith is that she was the first wife of Adam, even before Eve. But is this true? Let's take a look at credible sources. In the Abrahamic holy books, there is no mention of Lilith. You won't find her name anywhere in these texts. Lilith is only mentioned in a book called the Talmud. The Talmud is not a sacred book of Judaism, but a collection of writings and interpretations by some Jewish sects. Even many Jews do not consider the Talmud as their primary text. In the Talmud, there is a story that Lilith was Adam's first wife. This story claims that Lilith was cast out of Eden because she refused to obey Adam, and later Eve was created to be Adam's wife. However, even within the Talmud, this story is not presented as a confirmed fact and seems more like folklore. The tale of Lilith in legends and folklore. If we look at ancient myths and old texts, Lilith is portrayed as a unique being. In some Sumerian and Jewish sources, Lilith is described as a being made of wind. It is said that she was responsible for disease-carrying winds, earning her the title Queen of the Disease-Causing Winds. Interestingly, this character was neither an angel nor a demon, but a wind spirit that was sometimes classified as being slightly lower than angels. In these legends, Lilith is portrayed as a subordinate to angelic figures like Archangel Israfil. However, in no credible source is it mentioned that Lilith was Adam's wife. Even in the Talmud, the story of Lilith leans more towards myth and lacks strong religious or scientific evidence. Fictional accounts of Lilith and Satan. In some mythical books like Shams al-Ma'arif al-Kubra, it is said that Lilith and Satan were lovers. These kinds of stories are more like fictional fairy tales and shouldn't be accepted as truth. In these narratives, it's mentioned that Lilith and Satan, being of different species, were forbidden to marry each other. These stories are usually found in texts related to the supernatural and have no religious validity. The truth about Adam and Eve. I strongly recommend always referring to credible sources for such topics and not falling for the widespread rumors on social media. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and share your thoughts with us so we can create part 3 of Lilith. For more videos about terrifying and supernatural mysteries, subscribe to the Hidden Secrets of the Supernatural channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any updates. The truth about Adam and Eve. According to credible religious sources such as the Quran, Torah, and Bible, the creation of Adam and Eve is clearly outlined. These sacred texts emphasize that both Adam and Eve were created from clay, or the 4 fundamental elements, and were given the honor of being the finest of creation, entrusted with the responsibility of worshiping God. There is no mention of a character named Lilith as Adam's first wife in any of these primary religious texts. The story of Lilith, which occasionally portrays her as Adam's first wife, is absent from the core religious narratives and is only found in some non-canonical texts like the Talmud. Even within such texts, Lilith's role is depicted in a mythical and non-historical manner, often intertwined with cultural beliefs, folklore, and fictional tales. The claim of Lilith as Adam's first wife starkly contradicts the teachings of the Quran, Torah, and Bible. These sources make it clear that after creating Adam, God created Eve as his companion from the same essence. The purpose of their creation was to establish human civilization and mark the beginning of humanity on Earth. The legend of Lilith is more rooted in ancient myths and speculative narratives. In some old stories, Lilith is described as a mythical being associated with angels or other non-human entities, who was expelled from paradise for her defiance. However, even these tales lack any standing in the primary religious doctrines of Judaism or Islam, and they remain largely products of human imagination and storytelling. Conclusion and recommendations. Dear friends, it is essential to understand that false beliefs and baseless rumors can lead to confusion and misinterpretation. The story of Lilith as Adam's first wife has no foundation in religious scriptures and is mostly a creation of folklore and unreliable sources. I strongly encourage you to rely on trustworthy and credible sources when exploring such topics. Approach widespread rumors on social media and among popular beliefs with skepticism and caution. Accurate and well-researched information can shield us from misconceptions and provide a clearer understanding of religious and historical concepts. In conclusion, I hope these explanations have addressed many of your questions and cleared up the confusion surrounding this topic. If you have any further questions or thoughts, please feel free to share them in the comments section so we can discuss them further together.